Hi, it's Erica. Welcome to the Bible for Busy People. Are you a little sleepy after turning all of your clocks back? Oh my goodness, we've turned our clocks back and now we're all just a bit drowsy. So I thought it would be fitting to kick off a series called Sleep Stories in the Bible. So grab a cup of coffee and let's crack open the Bible, or you can open up your phone like I just did to Acts chapter 20. We're going to kick it off in verse 7. This is Luke, the doctor, and I like to call him the reporter, writing this incredible account. On the first day of the week, we gathered with the local believers to share in the Lord's Supper. Paul was preaching to them, and since he was leaving the next day, he kept talking until midnight. The upstairs room where we met was lighted with many flickering lamps. As Paul spoke on and on, a young man named Eutychus, what a name, right? Sitting on the windowsill, became very drowsy, kind of like we're probably feeling today. We need all the coffee. Finally, he fell sound asleep and dropped 3 stories to his death below. Paul went down, bent over him, and took him into his arms. Our takeaway verse, verse 10. Don't worry, he said. He's alive. Whoa! Whoa! God used Paul to raise Eutychus from the dead. Then they all went back upstairs, shared in the Lord's Supper, and ate together. Paul continued talking to them until dawn, and then he left. Meanwhile, the young man was taken home alive and well, and everyone was greatly relieved. Man, 2 takeaways from this incredible story about Eutychus in the Bible. Number 1, how hungry and thirsty were the people for Paul's words? Can you imagine what it was like listening to the Apostle Paul teach and tell stories about Jesus? Probably about his own conversion, about how he was murdering people until he met Jesus on the road to Damascus. I'm sure he shared his personal testimony that night. And I can picture the flickering lamps, and it just makes me think, Lord, give me that kind of hunger and thirst for you, that I'm willing to stay up till dawn to learn more about you. That's the first takeaway. Second takeaway for me is what a story Eutychus had to tell for the rest of his life. He fell out of a window 3 stories high and lived to tell about it. He was raised from the dead like Lazarus. That absolutely blows my mind. I'm sure it wasn't pleasant, the fall, and I'm sure he probably felt a little weird, maybe a little drowsy like we do today. But think about it. He was able to give glory to the Lord through that story for the rest of his life. And I want you to know today, if you are in the middle of your story, if you're in the middle of that fall from the window, so to speak, God is in it. I think of my friend Chelsea. She and her husband waited 772 days for their adoption to be official. And now Cassie is absolutely their daughter on paper. She was from the moment they first held her, but now it's official. But there was that 772-day wait. God is writing your story in the waiting. He hasn't left the building like Elvis. He's got you. So don't worry. You're going to have quite a story to tell, like my friend Chelsea and like Eutychus from Acts chapter 20. Amazing. I love that sleep story from the Bible. How about we do another one next time? Until then, know you are loved.